I finally removed the stock tie rod from my Duramax. It was pretty pain in the ass, especially the inner. I'm going to show you guys the PPE Stage 3 tie rods. Boom. This thing is solid 10-15 pounds. And then this is like what, 5? But look at the size difference. It is incredible. It is incredible how much bigger this is. And that is what she said. Dealer Options cranked up my torsion bar like ½ an inch or to an inch when I put my 37s. So I've been needing to get on alignment. I've just been waiting to do the tie rod, so that way I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So yeah, my truck's been pulling to the right a little bit too. That was before I got the tires. So I've been really needing to get an alignment, so I can't wait to get an alignment today. Just for the record, I am not making a how-to video because I actually had to watch Truckmaster's video on when he replaced his tie rod. So go check him out. I'll put a link in the description below because he did an excellent job of explaining how to replace the tie rod. So if you need to know how to do it, go check out his video. That's why I'm not doing a how-to video. And plus, I kind of suck at explaining stuff. But I mean, essentially what I'm doing right now is measuring out the length of my old tie rods and then kind of adjusting my new ones. I just got done replacing my tie rods. I am on my way to the alignment shop, and as you guys can see, my truck is straight. It's going straight. Oh, it's not moving right now, but it was moving straight, but my steering wheel is good 10-15 degrees off, so I definitely need an alignment. I guess I didn't do a very good job of like estimating the length of my new tie rods, but I mean, my driver's side wheel is straight, but my passenger side is pointing outwards slightly. And right now I'm driving like 35-40 miles per hour. I just came back from the alignment shop, but I wasn't able to get the alignment done today. It was some BS because I had called them around 3 o'clock and they told me that, I asked them, I said, hey, what's the latest I can bring my truck in to get an alignment? And then the guy was like, oh, you know, we close at 7, so as long as you bring it before like 6, we can do it. I was like, all right, it's cool. I have 37-inch tires. Can y'all do it? They're like, yeah, it'll be $100. So I took my truck down there around 4:30. And then when I got there, they looked at my truck and they're like, oh, you have 4 doors? I was like, yeah. And it was like, oh yeah, it won't fit on the rack. And I looked at him and I was like, you guys did an alignment on my last truck, which was exactly the same, except it had smaller lift and 35-inch tires, but it still had 4 doors. And then he just looked at me, he was just like, yeah, I mean, we can try it, but it probably won't fit. And at that point, I'm just like, I'm kind of pissed because I worked on my truck all day and I've been trying to get an alignment done for a while, and I just really wanted to get an alignment done like today, so everything will be good and so I can just drive around so that way, because it's Friday and most of the shops aren't open until Monday, and I just didn't want to not be able to drive my truck for 2 days, and it kind of ticked me off. I'm just gonna tell you guys the place. I took it to Goodyear in Augusta, and there's a shop called Robbie's Automotive. They quoted me $79 to get an alignment done on my truck with 37-inch tires. And I was gonna take it there, but they closed at 5. And then I was gonna go to Goodyear and I was gonna pay $100. I was gonna pay extra like $20 to get an alignment done today, but it didn't seem like they wanted to take my money, so I'm not going back there anymore. I guess I'll try Robbie's on Monday. I'll just drop my truck off first thing in the morning. If not, I'd have to find other shops. It's just really hard to find shops that'll do 37-inch tires around here. But anyway, right now I am looking for a place to do today's video, which will be how much did I spend on my Duramax. this place is perfect for today's video. I do want to apologize in advance if the audio quality isn't as good, because I couldn't find my mic. So right now I don't have a mic on my camera, so you might be able to hear all the background noise, but I'll just try to talk louder. So let's get this started. I'm going to use my Instagram as reference. I'm going to do basically everything that I've done to this truck, and I will include maintenance as well, just so you have an idea of how much you would be spending if you got a diesel truck. Alright, so first things first, I'm just going to scroll all the way down to when I first got my Duramax. I'm here at the very beginning where I got my Duramax. So I paid $19,000 for my Duramax. After taxes and registration, it was like 20 and some change. So let's just say $20,000 for my Duramax. And then the first thing I did was, I do believe I did little stuff like demolding, but that didn't cost me any money. And then I did do the 6 high mod, which was like $1, whatever. But the first major upgrade I did to my Duramax was the I was about to say MBRP, but I did the diamond dye exhaust. That was $400. I got it from Amazon. Free shipping, no tax, just $400. MBRP was like $500, $550, but you know, it's just pipe is pipe. It's all the same. However, the installation process for diamond dye was a little bit harder. It was kind of pain in the butt, but in the end, I am happy with the way it looks. I am happy with the way it sounds. So I'm good. I definitely recommend diamond dye exhaust if you want. And then let's see. Next thing I did was, my truck was still stock, but I was like browsing through Craigslist and I found a set of 20x12 Moto Metal 962 with 35x1250 Turo Trail Blade MT, and I bought it for $1,200. And the reason why I bought it was because the tread, it was decent, but I knew I could sell those tires for at least $200. So I knew I would be paying like $1,000 for those rims. And honestly, with used rims, $1,000, it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't a good deal. But I got it just because it was like an impulsive buy, and it was the wheels that I've always kind of liked. So I went ahead and bought them for $1,200. And then, as you guys know, I cranked up my torsion keys, kind of made it a little bit level, and then I stuffed the 20x12 with 35-inch tires on my truck. It rubbed like crazy, so after driving for 2 weeks, I was so happy to get it lifted. So with that being said, the next mod I did was I put the wheel. I bought DT Moto taillights, which are right here. I bought these taillights for $116. And then I bought the Spider headlights for $132. I could have gotten, they do have package deals on eBay or Amazon or whatever, but I just wanted to get the taillights first because I was actually gonna like just clear the headlights and just keep them like that for a while. But if you watch my old videos, you know that I wasn't able to take the old housing apart because it started melting and started like falling apart. So 116 and 132 and $350 so far. And then to the main question that everybody wants to know, how much did you pay for your lift, wheels, and tires? But you already know how much I spent for wheels. So the lift, I went with 7-inch McGaughy's lift, but I wanted to make it sit at 9 inches. So I bought the shock extenders and aftermarket, like the leveling torsion keys. So the lift itself was $2,000. And then the torsion keys and the shock extender were $200. HD upper control arms made by Zone Off-Road, $320. And then rough country tie rod sleeves, $30. And then the labor to have them installed at dealer options was $600. But that is going to be different with you guys. I have been taking my truck to dealer options for a while now, and they're a family friend of mine, so $600 for labor is really cheap. I actually did call around just to get a reference on how much labor is for putting a lift kit on trucks, and all the other places that I've called were at least $1,000 just for labor. So $600 for me from dealer options. Awesome people, they did an amazing job. I'm extremely happy with the way it turned out. and every time I have any problems, they're always willing to help me out. So $600 for labor, and then the exhaust tip that I just got a couple weeks ago, $40, just no name brand. Who cares? It's an exhaust tip, $40, and then PPE Stage 3 tie rods, which I installed today, were $266. And the tires, Cooper STT PRO 37 by 1350, were $1,600. So in total, it'll be $6,854 for this old 13-year-old truck. And I bought it for $20,000, and I have put almost $7,000 into this truck. And then, and then there's some other like small minor stuff that I did. So yeah, let's just round it up to like 27,000. So yes, I spent I spent $7,000 in 4 or 5 months of owning this truck. And then you know, I had people asking me if I want to sell it for $20,000. Not a chance that I would sell it for $20,000. I want to at least, you know, sell it for like at least, you know, 26, 27, like break even. If someone's willing to pay for it, yeah, $27,000, $28,000, truck is gone. I don't care. I can start on my next build. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's an LLY, so you know, it's really hard to find this body style in a pretty decent shape. And this truck only has 142,000 miles on it right now, or 144,000 miles on it. And it's really hard to find an LLY with, you know, mileage that low. So I think I'm gonna keep this. But if you are serious, I mean, it is always up for sale. But don't lowball me because it's really annoying. Anyway, I am going to finish the engine because it is a build, so I want to finish the engine. It's my first diesel truck, so I can't wait to like tune it, put cold air intake, and then get the LBZ turbo inlet. And I just want to see like how much of a difference that'll do to my truck. And I heard that like, just with the inlet, you could hear this difference in the sound. Alright, so with that being said, let's go over to maintenance. So I've had a lot of people asking me, is it worth buying a diesel truck from a gasser? Because diesel trucks are more expensive when it comes to maintenance, and when something breaks down, it is more expensive for diesel trucks than gassers. But in my personal experience, it's really not that much more. And putting 37-inch tires on my truck, and I'm getting like 11.5 miles per gallon. Once I tune it, it'll go up to like 15, 16. But with the gas truck, there's not a chance that you can get 15, 16 with 37-inch tires, unless you put premium, and premium's more expensive than diesel, at least where I'm from. Let's go with maintenance. Oil change, $40 for oil, because it takes 2 gallons. I get the big 2-gallon jug from Walmart, $40. And then the filter is about $20 from AutoZone, so $60 for oil change. It's not too bad because my uncle has a 2014 Sierra, and that thing takes 8 quarts. So that's a lot of oil too. And then fuel filter, $30 every other oil change. So like every 4 or 5 months you're spending 30 extra bucks. That's not bad at all either. And then diesel here is $2 to $2.15. And then regular gas is about $1.90 to $2.05. 10 to 20 cent difference. For me, that's, I mean, 20 cents per gallon, that's really not that big of a deal for me. And it is just so much fun driving a diesel truck. And like I was telling John, when my uncle was here for 2 weeks, I didn't really drive my truck that much. A couple of days I didn't actually work, so I was just helping my uncle with like yard work and just running errands before he had to go back up. So we would always take his truck. And just riding in his truck, I got really spoiled. It was like super nice. There's AC seats, it's super quiet. You don't have to like jump up, and it rides so smooth. And I got really spoiled, and I was just like thinking, man, I kind of want to sell my truck and get like a newer truck. And because it's so nice, the interior is nice, Just everything about newer trucks is nice. And then 2-3 days later, I got into my truck and I started driving. As soon as I step on the gas, you can hear the turbo a little bit, and then I step on it and then you can hear the turbo spool. And I was just like, I totally forgot what it's like to drive a diesel truck, because it was only like 2 days, but I kind of forgot about it. And it was just so much fun driving my truck. So if you are thinking about getting a Duramax, I highly recommend it. Life is too short. Why not drive something you want if you can afford it? So if it's like within your range and you can afford it, why not drive it? A lot of people say you don't even tow a lot, you don't even really use the truck for anything. But I mean, I do use my truck for what I need to use. I do like having a truck, but for me, gas truck versus a diesel truck, there's so much more I can do to my diesel truck, because I like to travel, I like to drive, and then in a couple of weeks I'm actually going to get going on a camping trip to North Carolina, which will be 4 or 5 hours away, and then after that I'm going to go to Virginia, which is 9-10 hours away. But before I go, I'm going to tune my truck. So my truck's going to be getting like 20 miles per gallon on the highway. So, you can never get that with a gas truck. And I just love having a diesel truck. I mean, yeah, people do say you don't need a diesel truck, and you're right, I don't actually need one, but I can afford it, and it's what I want to drive, so who cares what other people think, Those people that say you don't need a diesel truck, I guarantee you they're wearing Nike running shoes, and half of them don't even run, so why do you need to wear Nike running shoes when you don't even run? I hope this really helped out. If you're wondering how much it costs to buy a diesel truck, I hope this really helped, and I hope the audio wasn't terrible, because I can hear all the background noise. It's pretty freaking loud. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe, and comment below if you think I should sell this truck and get a newer Duramax, like 2008 and up. I actually totally forgot to include the light bar, which was 40 bucks, came with the wiring harness, and then the HIDs were 30 bucks. So, that's like 70 bucks in total. And I do have two 7-inch light bars, and I forgot to update you guys. I tried mounting the light bars in there, and after I was done kind of mounting them, I didn't like the way they looked. They didn't fit very well. It kind of looked crooked, and I wasn't about that, so I removed them. So I gotta figure out where I want to put them now, or I might just sell them, because it will look good in here, but the light bars that I bought don't fit in here very well. So I decided not to go with it, so I only have a 22-inch light bar right now.